All right, today we're going to dive into a story of pure, unadulterated genius right from the battlefield. We're talking about a device that sounds almost impossible, but is just so brilliant in how simple it is, the self-firing rifle. So let's just get right to it. How on earth can a gun fire all by itself? I mean, just picture it. A rifle looks like it's been totally abandoned, but it just periodically fires. And there's no electronics, no remote controls, nothing like that. It's just a really clever, really simple trick. Let's break it down. So first, you gotta picture the scene, right? Imagine a defensive position, a trench line, holding its ground, but the soldier is nowhere to be seen. And yet, bang, shots are still being fired. This is the whole illusion of the invisible soldier. What you're seeing here, or, what an opposing force would be seeing, is a rifle, just wedged firmly between a bunch of sandbags, firing off a shot every now and then. It creates this perfect illusion that a trench or a foxhole is actively defended, even when it is completely and utterly empty. Now, as clever as this all seems, it is definitely not magic. The solution is, you won't believe this, it's unbelievably low-tech. We're about to see how this entire thing was built using just a few common, everyday items you could probably find lying around. The whole mechanism relies on just incredibly basic stuff. You've got the rifle and sandbags, yeah, of course. But the real magic? It comes from just 2 tins and a single piece of rope. That's it. That is the entire toolkit for this absolutely ingenious device. So here's the setup. You've got the rifle locked in place, right? Then you have 1 tin hanging above another. A rope connects the rifle's trigger directly to that lower tin. And that simple connection, well, that's the key to the entire operation. So how does it actually work? I mean, how does it fire? The real genius here is in creating a simple automatic timer using nothing but gravity and a little bit of water. This is where basic physics becomes this incredibly powerful tool of deception. Okay, so the process begins with 2 really simple steps. First, the top tin gets filled with water and someone pokes a tiny little hole in the bottom. Then water starts to drip, slowly and steadily, into the empty tin right below it. And with every single drop, the weight of that bottom tin gradually, slowly increases. All right, now for the final moments. As that bottom tin gets heavier and heavier, its weight puts more and more strain on the rope. You can just imagine the tension building, pulling tighter and tighter on the trigger until it finally reaches its breaking point, and bang, the rifle fires. A perfect delayed action. But wait, you might be thinking, what about the recoil? This is such a critical part of the design. Those heavy sandbags, they do more than just aim the rifle. They soak up the kick from the shot. This ensures the whole setup stays stable and hidden, ready to keep that illusion going. So, okay, we've seen how it works. Pretty cool, right? But the real masterclass here is in the why. Why was this thing even created? This wasn't just some clever party trick. It was a seriously powerful tool for psychological warfare. And here it is, the core purpose, all summed up in a single, powerful line. The entire point was to convince the enemy that a position was still being fiercely defended. It was designed to make them believe the fight was still very much on, even when the soldiers might have already slipped away. The official military term for this is strategic deception. It's really the art of using illusions to completely manipulate your opponent's understanding of what's happening on the battlefield. You make them think you're stronger, or that you have more people, or that you're in a different spot than you actually are. So ultimately, this whole thing wasn't about the damage a single rifle could do. It was all about the story it told. Every shot reinforced a lie inside the enemy's head, that they were facing a determined, active force, and that could completely change their entire strategy. And that really just leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? In our world of high-tech, complex warfare, this story is just a stunning reminder of the incredible power of human ingenuity. It really makes you wonder, how often is the most effective solution the simplest one?